You're listening to Let's Talk, a podcast show.
Welcome back to Let's Talk, a podcast show. My name is Christian.
I'm Kwaku, and today we're going to be talking about Daredevil Born Again, episodes 5 and 6. Um, so the week these episodes came out, they came out like the same week, right? Because they kind of tie into each other. Because so far, from the beginning of
Yes.
this season, we've been seeing basically Fisk and Matt slowly becoming their true selves. And in these episodes, right, 5 leading to 6, that's kind of when it happens. So let's start with episode 5, right? So Matt has to get some loans for their firm because they need the money, especially considering the
They
kind of
broke.
cases, yeah, and the kind of cases they take on, right? A lot of it is like they take on, like, they really try and help people. That's the main thing. So even if the
Yeah,
person doesn't have money, then try and take the case, kind of like with Hector Ayala, right?
that one character from the last episode
Yeah.
that was so ungrateful.
Wait, Hector?
Your favorite character? No,
Oh,
not Hector, not Hector.
him.
Your
Oh
fa-
man.
your favorite character so far.
Yeah, listen. We're gonna get into another negative thing I'm gonna talk about this episode, right? So Matt's talking to the I I don't know, like advisor, bank advisor, like, well, the loan officer. Sorry, he's one of the loan. Well,
The the lo-
actually
the yeah
he's
the
the
lone.
he's actually the assistant bank manager. Matt was supposed to talk to the actual
Yeah,
manager, but
yeah,
the manager was running late, so he stepped in, right? And so
yeah.
I know a little bit about Miss Marvel. Like, one thing is her name, right? Kamala Khan. So as soon as the guy said his name was Yusuf Khan, because I've never watched the Miss Marvel show, I've thought about watching it. I probably,
Oh my goodness!
yeah, I probably will
The
eventually.
realization just hit.
Hey, what, that? Really, you didn't get it from all the dialogue he had, especially in the beginning? That's kind of what I'm about to complain about.
No, no, I'm just because I watched some of Ms. Marvel. Quick
Oh,
tangent. I watched some of Ms. Marvel. I never finished it, but
mm.
I was just like, oh, they're talking about another hero created the universe. I didn't register what like what they were actually saying. It's crazy.
Oh, okay, okay. So as soon as he said his name was Yusuf Khan, I'm like, that has to be Kamala's dad or something.
Yeah.
And then it is revealed, yes, that is Kamala's dad, because he has this whole little bit where he's talking about Kamala being a superhero, and Matt's like, oh, I've never heard of her, blah, blah, blah. It's so in your face, like, okay, we get it, right? So I'm like, that first thing, I'm just like, okay, that's fine, because maybe some people don't know about Kamala, so it's whatever, right? Now the issue is, I'm just gonna be talking about the scenes where this guy, if there's certain parts of this episode just felt too marvelly and not like the original Daredevil. That's kind of one part in the beginning, right? And then
Wait.
is
What do you mean by too marvelly?
like the
On
dialogue.
the same
People,
page.
like the way people
Oh,
don't
okay.
talk the way this guy is talking. Like, if you ever watch
I
the
got
Marvel
you. I got
movies,
you.
like the dialogue, some like, I understand, the comedy and everything like that, right? So like, I don't really judge the Marvel movies like that in that sense with the dialogue, but it does. That's not how people naturally talk.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
So when they're, and again, I'm just gonna have to just talk about this. I just want to talk about all the negative stuff, right? Because it's not like a lot, really. It's just specific nitpicks. So when they're at the safe, and Matt is trying to open it up, and then he uses this weird adage, like, it's just people don't talk this way. Where he's like, this isn't a pig, this isn't like a piggy bank. Well, he said this isn't like a safe that you can crack like a piggy bank that I gave to Kamal to teach her the value of savings. Like, no one talks like that. You get what I'm saying? It's just so unnatural, and like, we get it. Your daughter's Kamala, right? Like, we get it. You don't have to keep on.
Can a dad be proud?
Listen,
Damn.
listen, and then at the end of the episode, again with the Kamala name drop, like, okay, we get it. It's the same universe. Ooh, okay, all right. I'm done complaining. I just want to get that out of the way. Okay.
You sure? I don't think you're done. I think you got more in you.
All right. All right. So the
Well,
bank.
I have no complaints.
That's good. Um, for this episode, we don't really have to go through the because the main takeaway from this episode, right, is just Matt putting himself back in danger, right? He's like, oh, I'm gonna let the law handle everything, right? But now in this episode, he's getting involved because he's leaving the
Yeah,
bank. He hears that there's a robbery going on. Then he goes back, and it's
back in.
exactly like he puts his life at risk to sabotage the robbers, right? And just and like he's not even wearing his Daredevil costume. Is that's a crazy thing. Like he put himself on the line, and then some of these people too, I guess. But it's just in his blood, right? Like he's
Yeah,
slowly going back into becoming Daredevil. And that's what this episode was showing you, and that's why they released both episodes. Because at first it might feel like they don't have anything to do with each other, but they actually do, especially because that bank robbery was because Luca had to pay. I forgot the other guy's name, but because of what went on with the shooting and how
one
Fist's
1.8
wife,
million or something like that.
yeah, well now it was like 2.8 million because
Oh
all of a sudden
yeah,
because Fist doubled it.
yeah,
So that whole robbery was because Luca was trying to get that money initially, right? Even though he kind of just like says F it in the next episode. But one of the craziest things I think, right, was when Matt was fighting the last guy in the alley and he broke his.
wait. Before
Yeah,
that, before
okay,
that,
okay.
I just, I just thought it was funny that Matt starts using his Irish bloodline over here to, to trick the robbers that
Oh
he won
yeah,
up when he was
with his accent.
over the radio.
Yeah,
Yeah, with an accent. I just thought that was funny.
and he
I
made
was like,
sure
look at him doing.
right, and he made sure he talked low so he couldn't recognize, so the guy couldn't recognize like, is that really is that really you? Basically,
Yeah.
that was good.
Okay.
Now,
But then yes, the alleyway, the knee. Oh,
yes, him breaking the
the
knee,
knee.
bro. As soon as that happened, I like reached for my own knee, like I could feel the pain. And the memes I keep on
So
seeing
like
about is hilarious.
I take notes here and there with certain things,
Yeah,
and that's one of my I just wrote poor knee. Like
yeah,
as I watched that scene like 3 times, I had to like wait, hold on, let me watch this again because it's
it
so brutal.
was. Yeah, it's crazy. Honestly, I'm like, jeez, did you really? I mean, he's a criminal anyway, but it's just like, dang, like
Yeah.
you definitely have to retire after that. I mean, like, yeah, you gotta retire. You just gotta pack it up after that. Trying to brace your leg, your knee like that? Nah, that's insane. Uh,
Yeah. Whew.
not.
I mean, that was basically it for the episode. It
Yeah,
was just a
exactly.
bank heist,
Yeah, it was just a bank
but I
heist,
love
you know.
bank heists, so I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
So the funny thing
Like
is,
I was
right?
telling you before we got on, like bank heist, I'm always gonna like them. I
Yeah.
don't care how shitty or how great.
It's
It's
been,
always a win for me.
so at first, right, when I watched the 2 episodes, at first I was disappointed because I thought it was gonna be like this crazy 2-part episode, right? But I now I understand that the reason they did that is just because the 2 episodes were connected to each other, and if they released just the bank heist episode, it probably wouldn't have been received well. I feel like just as a
Yeah,
standalone
for most
episode.
people, me, like I said,
Yeah.
I'll be fine with it. But for more people, they'd be like, "Come on, dude, can we
Yeah.
get Daredevil back, please?"
Yeah, exactly. Because I think I would have enjoyed it because like it's just they're telling the story. It's just you can't have it all in like one sitting, you know. It was episode by episode.
Yeah,
That's how they're telling the story. But so I understand why they released it. It was probably the smart move because it may have received low ratings. I feel like if it was released on its own.
yeah.
But all right, we can go on to the next episode, right? So
Let me start off with this real quick
yeah.
before you talk about like what happened.
Hmm.
My initial feeling, like halfway through the episode, was I was finally starting to also feel like, but can we get Daredevil back? Like, I don't mind the storytelling, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it was episode 6. Halfway through, I was like, damn, we're really not getting a lot of Daredevil. Like, this is kind of.
Yeah.
I just want more Daredevil.
Yeah.
So I'm happy towards. I got happy towards the end. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, yeah, you're good. All right, so we start off the episode, right? It's Matt and Heather. It's in the morning, right? She's basically asking him some questions about vigilantes because she has a new book that's coming out, right? And so she's kind of researching mass vigilantes, right? That kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, now, so hold on. Actually, I feel like I skipped because it starts off. No. I'm right. Yeah.
I'm
Sorry.
pretty sure that's how I started. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's how it starts off. I'm sorry. Um, and it's that conversation that's going on, and it's Fisk and Luca, because Luca comes and confronts him. And is like basically like, I'm not paying that, right? Um, and this is actually
Yeah.
where Fisk doubles the amount. I made a mistake. It's this episode that he doubles the amount. Because Luca coming to see him is what makes him say, "All right, you know what? You got to pay that money, and you got to get another on top. You got to double that, and then the other half is all mine." And
Yeah.
he's trying
Like,
to,
he's starting to think that he's weak or something because he's the
yeah,
mayor.
exactly. Like, because Luca is basically
He's
like,
like, homeboy, don't forget who he is.
yeah, because I think yeah, Luca's starting to see him as weak and everything, and especially because Vanessa was basically like when she was in charge, they were all earning, everything was all good and kosher. But now that Fist has basically taken them out of that equation, it's just chaos and everything, right? So
Yeah.
that's and Lucas basically kind of trying to see like what Fist's angle is and everything, like, and then he just tells him like he's basically like old and like washed up, right? And then he walks away, and so like the tension just kind of continues to grow, right? And you're kind of wondering like where is it gonna end, right? I don't know, like is Luca gonna make a play or anything like that on Fist, right? Now
Yeah.
now Matt's in the office, right? And then he gets a visit from Hector's niece, Angela, right? And
Angela. Ah, God bless her.
yep, and so this is gonna sound off like so funny because she comes to Matt and she's like, Matt, all right, this and that, like this is where I think this serial well, we don't know it's a serial killer yet, right? But whoever is kidnapping people, she's kind of found out where it is, right? And
Yeah.
she's telling Matt, and then Matt's like, okay, let's tell the cops. And she's like, the cops aren't going to do anything about it. Then Matt's like, okay, well, then I don't know. And then she's basically asking Matt for help. And the whole time I'm just like, and then she gets mad because Matt's like, yeah, let the authorities handle it, basically, and everything. She's like, well, I've come to you with stuff. Like, aren't you an attorney? Stuff like that. And then, but it's like, what is Matt supposed to do? He's just a lawyer. And he's blind. What do you want him to do?
Thank you.
And then he
I
said,
literally wrote that down myself
and then
as a note.
he said, let the cops handle it. And you're like, no, the cops won't do anything. All right, then what am I supposed to do? I'm blind. I'm a
Yo,
lawyer.
exactly.
You want me to go after someone that's
Exactly. I was
kidnapping
like,
people? Does that make sense? Like,
I didn't know.
obviously,
I was
we know his alter ego, right?
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. But she doesn't know that. She
exactly,
doesn't know that. Like, why is she trying to shame this blind lawyer for like not doing something?
exactly,
like,
bro.
like, girl, relax.
Now, I kind of said it's fine. Her uncle just died. She's emotional, especially with everything that's going on. And she's a kid still. She's a kid, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna I'll let that slide. It was frustrating, but I'll let it slide, right?
Yeah, it was just funny because it was like it was clearly like a message that he received because I mean
Yeah,
he is Daredevil, so like it stuck with him. But like I don't know, it was the wrong person delivering it with
yes,
like the wrong context.
exactly.
It was like
Cause she doesn't know he's Daredevil. So why are you telling him to? it's
do
just
anything.
it's just funny, right? Okay, so we Fist finds out from the people that are supposed to clean the city that the murals that they're trying to clean up were made from blood, and then they discover that there's a serial killer that's killed like 60 people and used their blood to paint around the city, right?
Oh, that's how much it was. Oh,
Yeah,
I
60
registered
people,
that
bro.
number.
That's an insane number.
Yeah,
Like, this is what I'm talking about. That's the kind of person you put down. Like, you do not let them draw breath. All right. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely gonna go into the
definitely. Into the Quake who hates life.
no, into like me me just supporting putting down bad people. I gotta make a compilation of that. Oh
Yeah. Oh, you
man.
have a lot. You
Now
have a lot.
now Fisk is like, so Gallo, right, is like, all right, let's announce it to the public, right? And Fisk is like, no, like if you do that, he's gonna go hide. Like we gotta take him out unknowingly. And so he's like, all right, I'm gonna create a task force, and he's basically taking like all the bad apples from the NYPD, or right. And he's the funniest part is that he's telling Gal like, and I'm gonna pay them overtime because he took away overtime from Gallo, the people that are
For the
following Gallo, which is just yeah, this dude.
yeah.
Even when he's trying to do something like good, is like he's so petty. And I use that term good loosely with this man. Now, another thing to note is that he's also going to this like party as well as the mayor, and he's meeting all these other powerful rich people in New York, right? And they're basically telling him like,
Which I enjoyed that scene very much actually.
yes, because they're basically sunning him. They're like kind of putting him in his place. Like, listen, this ain't like a gangster world, but like it's still about like hierarchy and control, and like the stuff that you do, we do it differently and still be able to like basically get you under control. It's like you, even though you're the mayor, you don't have all that power. Like you still need us
Yeah.
to like
And it
succeed
was
in
like we're the
this.
ones with the money here. Like we run this
Exactly,
shit.
exactly. And it kind of just goes
Don't
back.
get it twisted.
It kind of goes back to when he wanted to just, build like I forgot the name of that part of the city, but and then his advisors tell him like you can't just do stuff like that. Like you answer the mayor, but you don't have that kind of power. Like you still have hoops that you have to
Yeah.
jump through. And it's just nice, he's being humbled and kind of like with everything in Matt's life, kind of drawing him back into the Daredevil life. All this is kind of drawing Fisk kind of back into his old self too. Like, you know, it's all adding to it towards the end.
Hmm.
Now, Cherry comes to Matt, and then he
Sorry,
tells
who?
Cherry, he's the cop that works with
Oh,
Matt
okay.
and
Thank you.
Kirsten. Yeah. So he comes to Matt and he tells Matt about the serial killer because he knows Matt's gonna find out anyway. So he's like, all right, listen, there's a serial killer out there. All right, he's killed 60 people. Do not go after him. Do not put on the mask again and everything. He's like, he's taking the preemptive strike because he knows Matt will do it anyway, right? So
Yeah.
and then you have Fisk create his task force. He goes talk to them and everything. When I was watching that scene too, at first with Powell, I wasn't sure if he was buying what Fisk was selling or not. It seemed like he was like kind of skeptical, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping. Now,
I don't remember.
okay. Anyway, so now, okay, you have Angela. Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
This girl.
Listen. I really like her, right? But, but
This girl. This is what I wrote down. I
what?
was like,
Yeah, go ahead.
she's brave. She's brave but stupid. Like, girl,
Yes.
what the fuck are you doing there by yourself?
Because how old is she? Is she in middle? No, she's in high school, right? Or middle school?
The oldest she can be, the oldest is 18, and she is not 18.
She's not 18.
And
She's
that's the
definitely not
oldest.
18. She's definitely not 18.
She's like freaking like
I feel like she's 15 or
14,
something.
15.
Yeah, I think so. So, what was her play? You know, it's someone kidnapping grown people. What are you, a 14, 15-year-old kid, gonna do? I just don't understand what her plan was. And then you have Soledad, Hector's wife, calling Matt and saying that she's gone missing and stuff. Now, okay, again, right? Call the cops. Why are you calling me a blind lawyer?
Yes. And it's like sloppy writing, I think, honestly.
I don't know, cause
Or
it's like,
not sloppy, yeah. It's like lazy sloppy. It's like
or is it because, well, okay, so that I might cut her some slack, cause maybe she thinks that Matt actually, cause she knows that Matt knows Cherry and stuff,
she,
so maybe she could have just thought Matt will
maybe.
ask Cherry. So I mean, I don't know,
I
but
guess yeah.
it's
That's a good point. Cuz she probably knew that she wanted to talk to Matt earlier.
yeah. She did
So
say
maybe it's
that.
like, "Oh, like do you like know?"
She did say that, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just like, come on, like, okay. Anyway, that is whatever, right? So Matt is like, all right, I'll handle it. So he's about to call 911. That he's like, he literally says like, you know what, fuck it. He's like, he goes put on the suit and he goes because he knows exactly where to look because what's her name told him when she came to visit the office, right?
Mhm.
So it skips back. We see that Muse has kidnapped her, right? Happened off screen. And so he's starting to drain the blood, but then he hears something. I guess he must have some great ears too. Now, Daredevil comes, ambushes him, starts to beat him up, right? They're fighting and everything. And online, people were pointing out that he was allowing himself to get hit. Why?
I saw those things too. I saw
Yeah.
those. And I was like, I believe it.
Yeah, and it makes sense because, especially with when he screams too, like his primal screams, like yo, he enjoys this kind of stuff, right?
Yes.
He does.
One of my
Now
favorite scenes is way back in episode 2 or 3, I think, when he
against the
punched one of the
cops,
cops. Yeah, and he just
yeah,
screamed,
yep,
"Ah!" I was like,
and the
"Oh my
episode
god,
ended.
yes, Matt."
Yeah, that's who he is, yo. Now, while that's happening, you also have Fisk going down into the cellar where Adam is being kept hostage, right? And he has an
Yo,
axe
Fisk is
in
such a
hand.
badass.
And then, so he goes to Adam. He unlocks the gate. He's like, "Listen, all right, I'm basically gonna give you a fair chance because I'm huge. You're skinny. I understand. So here's an axe. I'm gonna make it even, right?" And I, bro, I don't know if that was even at all
It
because,
was just an excuse for him to
oh yeah,
have a badass scene. That here's his axe. Give you a chance
mm-hmm,
to do something, I
yo,
guess.
he Fisk
Let me kick
was
your ass real quick.
Fisk was beating the absolute shit out of him, bro. He was beating him up. It was insane.
It was sad.
And
I
he
like
broke the
Fisk. The
axe.
Fisk character is just so good.
It is, yeah. And his facial expressions are always funny. Like when he's like trying to smile or stuff for like a picture. It would just look so awkward. I love it.
Yeah, yeah,
Now, it looked like Adam was alive though at the end though, still, because his arm and stuff was still moving when he dragged him back into the
yep,
cell.
yep.
So he's probably still alive, right? Now you have Muse unfortunately escaped because as Mark, as Matt was trying to knock out Muse, right? So actually, did they say the name of this episode?
I don't recall honestly. I was just going
Okay.
on the Bible.
Oh well. Anyway, his name's Muse. We find out. I don't remember if it's this episode or not, but now while he's trying to knock him out, he hears Angela is losing her heartbeat, so he has to let him go. And while Matt's trying to bring her back to life, Muse unfortunately escapes, right? And that's where the episode ends, basically, with Matt fully becoming Daredevil again, putting on the costume to go save Angela, and Fisk, just being the absolute shit out of Adam.
Yeah.
Yep,
My
yep.
favorite thing of the whole series so far is when they keep showing the dual sidedness of like
Of
the
both
same
of them.
coin of Matt
Yeah.
and Fisk. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's they really make the show.
They do. They do. They honestly do. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what else happens.
Yeah. Me too. Let's see what they do with Muse and where Fisk and Daredevil go from here because Daredevil's put on a mask. Now there's this anti-vigilante task force. So how is Fisk gonna respond to Matt donning the costume again?
Yeah.
I wonder. Any last words or?
No, I'm just excited and looking forward to the next two episodes.
Yeah, this might be the shortest episode, but it's because both these episodes. This is the shortest podcast episode ever, but both these episodes
And
were pretty
they were
straightforward.
quick.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they were just pretty straightforward.
Like sure, the episodes were typical episode lengths, but
Yeah,
the whole point was to get to this point. We have
Exactly.
Daredevil and we have I forget Fisk's his
Kingpin.
little moniker. What did he go by? What
Kingpin.
did he go by?
Kingpin.
Hangman? Kingpin, thank you. I was like Hangman. What is Hangman?
Where did you get Hangman from?
Exactly. That's what I was like. It's definitely like Hangman.
Hangman
Kingpin.
is-
Yeah. So we have Daredevil and we have Kingpin.
Yeah, and Hangman.
So
don't
now.
forget. Oh man.
Hangman, always a great guy.
But all right. Thank you guys for joining us for this episode. We'll see you next one. And as always, the Emperor provides.
Toodaloo.